What is going on? Capricorn, it's Christmas and I'm doing a reading. It's like 11 in the morning. I'm on my second extra large mimosa. All right. Which I forgot was probably my favorite thing in the world. Yeah. We're in the season of Capricorn now, obviously. So, yeah. What's going on? I was like, I have to do this reading. Like a devil reading on Christmas. Are you kidding? Totally down with that. Like, you know, I hate that motherfucker. If we can beat him and defeat him, then so shall it be. I was just listening to Why Do You Get All the Love in the World? Or All the Love in the World is called. And now I kind of see that with like Satan, you know? Why is he ever getting love in the world? Like, just doesn't make sense to me. All right, let's do The Nightmare Before Christmas. It really wanted to shine. 4 cards. 3 of Wands, Hermit in reverse, the World in reverse, with the Queen of Cups. I feel like, okay, so there's the 3 of Potions on the bottom. Okay. We've got also that the 10 of Presents. Yeah, 10 of Presents on the bottom. Okay, Ace of Cups on the top. And then we got the 2 of Wands in reverse with the 4 of Needles in reverse with the 10 of Candles. Okay, and the whole scene is set with the 3 of Wands, the Hermit in reverse, the World in reverse, the Queen of Cups. I feel like somebody has, I don't know if someone's hiding from you, but I feel like they're going to change course. Okay, they're going into a different cycle, and I almost think, honestly, I think this is why this is coming up as the devil. I think somebody is forcing change on their life. Like, they could be going down this really wrong path, and the energy is flowing down that path, so they don't understand what's happening inside of them, but they know that they have to stop and derail. Right? So I feel like somebody, no wonder this is coming up as the devil. Like I said, devil addiction, like addictive energy almost, that somebody needs to let addictive energy go. And they're going to derail it. So I don't know how they derail it. It really doesn't matter. But they've learned how to like somehow stand up for themselves or stand up for their friends. Like, you might have somebody kind of in the background, okay, standing up for you. And like, they're hiding from you, but they want to be seen. They don't want it to look like they're hiding from you, even though they are hiding. This person could be hiding in general, and they don't want it to make it seem like they're hiding from you, because that's not at all what it is. Okay. They're not, it's not about you. It has nothing to do with you. Their world, they're forcing something to change. Okay, which is going to give them a lot more opportunities, or maybe you're forcing a cycle to change, and that's what's going to give you a lot of opportunities, because as soon as you see the fight, like almost like the vice on something or the grip on something, then you know to change it. Okay, you know to change the course of direction. Okay? Because you love yourself more than to let something take you down, right? It's almost like swimming in your own love, right? Being in your own kind of seductive energy, right? And that's what it means to give yourself something, right? And not just this tiny thing, but like knowing that there's a lot that lies in friendship and there's a lot that lies in bonds. And just because somebody is hiding, it doesn't mean that they don't still love you, or it doesn't mean that they don't still want to be friends with you. It's like sometimes people just, they hit like almost like a dark night of the soul, and that dark night of the soul they have to deal with, right? Like that's a big thing to have to deal with somebody. Like somebody doesn't want to fight anymore, okay? And they also don't want to be on pins and needles anymore. They don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to see everything lost and disarray anymore, right? So they do want to change the ground in which I think they're kind of walking on, okay? Which is like, honestly, liberation. They go from 3 to 10. So I don't know if there's like a lot of energy that's about to come into your life because of this. It's all about that. It's all about this Ace of Cups, which I believe is being sent from this Hermit in reverse, which could be a Virgo. But now we just got the Emperor. Oh no, we got Judgment. Oh geez. We just got Judgment, Page of Potions, the Tower, Temperance, 6 of Needles, and the Queen of Needles in reverse. Actually, no, we're going to put her upright. Okay, so I feel like it's somebody's judgment to deliver this Ace of Cups. Okay, the Ace of Cups is what gets all the friends. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know if there's a lot of friends coming into your life, or I don't know if there's a lot of energy coming to your life, but it seems like there's a lot of something coming into somebody's life because of this, the way that the world turns on somebody. It doesn't exactly go the way that this Hermit even thinks it's going to go. That's the thing, right? Is it's hard to, nobody can really determine the future, you know, like even when I pick up energy, it's not that I'm reading the future, it's just that I'm reading the current energy and then a possibility of that current energy and what it can change into. That's all that channeling is just picking up the energy that's around you, or the energy that's manipulating you or fucking with you or changing you and evolving you. It just depends what phase you're in, right? So I feel like somebody doesn't want to hide anymore. They don't want to seem like they are hiding from you anymore, right? So they want to put down the wands and they don't want to fight. Okay. This person lost a lot. Okay. But they're slowly getting that back. And I think that the way that they feel like they're going to get it back is through friendships, right? Is knowing that, oh, look at that. There's the moon on the bottom. There's Pisces. Pisces just showed up. Aquarius just showed up. It's like somebody has to light their own way, right? And if this is you, then it's like you really have to stand in your emotions and realize what is worth fighting for, right? Because the things that you feel are worth fighting for are the things that you end up living for, right? And because life is hard and it's shitty, and why live for nothing, right? When you can make it about somebody, then, you know, or about yourself, or about a journey, or about a project, then you're living for more than just the sake of living, right? So I feel like the Tower is going to come down on somebody who's mended a lot back together. Okay. Maybe the feminine energy, right? I feel like somebody had to like try really, really, really hard to keep things balanced. And I think maybe they have to they have to do this, even though, like, when you light your emotions up, okay, and you let yourself know how you feel about things, right? Then that's where you start to realize how you care about other people and how you want to stand up for other people. Okay. The whole point of connections is to give you more than what you have, right? It's not to take. Connections aren't to take things from you, even though in this world that we live in, most connections rob from you. Some way, shape, or form, they steal something from you and walk away without ever having to think that they have to pay that back. Right. And karma kind of follows these people around. Right. And if there's somebody in your past that you fought with, okay, or somebody that's coming into your life, or you, okay, that you found that you were fighting a lot. And because you had to fight so much, you lost so much. Now you don't want to fight anymore. Now you see the strength in standing together as opposed to standing apart, because I think it's the devil that makes you fight. You know, it's the devil that comes in and starts to manipulate things, starts to manipulate energy, starts to manipulate how people feel, right? Well, this whole time you think, oh, I've got this all under control. This is totally fine. Nothing's happening. Everything it's like going into self-sabotage. Like, I'm currently watching somebody self-sabotage their life. And I really, honestly, I think it's just something for me to witness. It's not something for me to do anything about. It's for me to witness, because now that I've seen it, I know exactly what that means. And when you feel like the world is against you or people are against you, then you start to, if it's not true, honestly, if it's really not true and nobody's got anything against you, and it just, you're being fucked with, because you're being fucked with and you're allowing it, which means you're not seeing the difference. You're not double checking your facts. You're not checking your information, right? Things will come in and mess with you and start to have you self-sabotaging on things that are not true. Right. And so you have to be like, especially in those relationships, you know, like, you've ever been in those relationships where all of a sudden you start like going through your partner's phone or something because you just have this feeling that they're cheating. You have this feeling that something's going on, but you do it a few times and like nothing's ever there. And then all of a sudden it's there. It's because you knew that something was going to come, right? So emotionally, you hid everything that you were about to expose, but you knew you couldn't fight it or hide anymore because your world is turning upside down, right? When somebody's messing with you, or they're messing with the reality in which you're in, or they're lying to you in some way, you'll always kind of know in the back of your mind, okay, I feel like I've got to put my guard up in some way, right? That's not necessarily self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is when you do something wrong, okay, and then you think the world turns against you. And then for the thing that you actually did wrong, that you were punished for, that you didn't really think you did anything wrong for, but then you're punished for, you'll start to lose control of, because something wants it from you. And now when you have to start working for something, usually when people have to really start working for something, they give up. Right? Because energy and how we live now is so hard, right? To like really give it your all on certain things. Like, you have to really want to be a part of something to want to put your energy towards it. And when you don't want to put your energy towards something, or when something's telling you not to put your energy towards it anymore, but you really know you should, then that's that part of self-sabotage. That's that part where that devil comes in and starts to like just sit on your shoulder and tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't be doing something, when you know at that exact moment you actually should be doing that. Right? It's learning how to like send him on his merry little way and still doing what you were supposed to do, because you know deep inside what you're supposed to be doing with your time, or with your space, or with your money, or with whatever, your relationships, right? But when something else fucks around in there and then starts making you double think and second guess everything, then that's where you have to sit down and realize and try to figure out if this is something playing with your head, or if it's something that you're intuitively picking up on that you know kind of is happening, and now you've got to start your investigation or your inquiries as to why you feel the way that you do so you can get the bottom of something, right? Like paranoia doesn't stem from nothing. It's trying to warn you of something. It's trying to tell you something, right? And especially if you put up this fight with these friends or you started to fight people, it's most likely because you needed time by yourself and you didn't need anybody giving you your opinions or giving them, you know, what they would do. And, you know, like really when you deal kind of with your own mind on your own and don't really involve anybody, then you just get your own opinion on that. Then you can talk about it later and expand that opinion. But when you need to make a decision on something, try to do that decision on your own. If you have to talk about it, talk about it. But to take other people's advice, if it's not truly yours and if it's not really what you want to do, then it could cause fights in relationships because you're doing things that people are telling you to do, even though you don't want to do them. And then that's causing like a rift in the relationship because you're basically shit talking each other in 3D or in 3D and telepathically. Right? So it's like a bubbly orangina. My sister is totally right when she said that. Woo. I saw this guy twice. I friggin' cut the deck and he was there twice. I don't even know who the heck it is. Oh, it's strength. I just heard strength lies and numbers. 3 of Swords in reverse. Like, I do feel like there's a lot of heartache with somebody having to deal with something, right? And wanting to come kind of back out of hiding again. Right? Like maybe they didn't realize that this was going to hurt as much as it did. Right? And it was going to be such a slow process. Like when you transform, okay, or when people around you are transforming, right, and they're deathing phases out or they're deathing themselves out. Scorpio just showed up too. With the High Priestess, it's like in reverse with the Knight of Presence. We don't, like, things take time. Death takes time. Transition takes time. Okay. And when you don't know that you're secretly fighting things, then you have to kind of turn the light on to emotion. You have to guide yourself out of the dark. Right? And you have to maybe even have a friend help guide you out of the dark. Okay? Because once you uncover your emotions, right, on how you feel about it, then that's what starts the transformation. Okay, the death transformation. And somebody didn't realize that they were going to have to fight a lot harder to find their way out. Right? Once they lost everything. Like when you lose everything, it's really hard to gain it back. But then once you get on the momentum of bringing things in for yourself, then it's like boom, 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 you know, but you got to kind of start that domino effect of things coming in. Right? So somebody really had to spend the time to temperance themselves. And I'm glad temperance is here because we just left temperance season. So it's like, I don't know if something happened in temperance season or something happened in Scorpio season. Okay. And it might take till Pisces season to kind of wrap up. Like, because Aquarius is here with Pisces. So it's almost like this transformation can still take, 2 or 3 more months before somebody, there's the Ace of Needles right there. So that's the truth. Okay. There. Yeah, I was right. Is that the Ace of Needles? Yeah. So the beginning of something, the truth of something begins, but the tower has to come down. Ooh, there's the devil right there. I was really wondering if this motherfucker was going to show up or not. And he did. Never ceases to amaze me. When a sign wants to come out, they will. So it also came out with this Queen of Pentacles, this Wheel of Fortune, and this Magician in reverse. Okay. So I feel like the wheel turned. Okay. The wheel turned on on a relationship with a feminine, okay, who was kind of using magic in reverse, right? So that's because they were using magic in reverse. I think it might have sent somebody to a really dark place. Like somebody could have done something that like some type of voodoo spell on you, or like wished you harm or cursed you. You know, people don't really realize when they say stuff and they point it at you and they direct that energy at you, like what it can truly do if they say it at the right time and it's the right words. And it's awful, okay, what people can do. And I feel like their fate is changing in an opposite way. Like that's why they got the world upside down with the wheel upside down. They don't know that everything is going to flip on them. And I don't think you do either, because once it flips on them, it flips on you. So if you've been in reverse in this really dark place, now you flip to the light and they flip to the dark. Maybe that's what it is. Because now you have to death them out. You've deathed yourself. You've gone through that cycle, right? Not even knowing really what you were doing. And then now they've got to go through that cycle. Now they have to seek death. They have to transform now. And whatever that transformation is whatever the world wants to give them. That's between them and their karma. I don't really know what's going to happen to them, but I do know that there's definitely a feminine energy that was not being smart about magic. Put it that way. They really just did not think that anything was going to bite them in the ass. You know, like they could create this whole project, which is maybe why this person's been hiding from you, because of what they've been having to deal with. Like it is Christmas too. Like who knows? I mean, this could be like two mothers, you know, that have been putting somebody through hell, right? So they had to wait until they could get out of that cycle to kind of show their head up and appear again, because maybe this person didn't want these feminine energies around you. Like they were going to fight you or they were going to do something to you. There's Leos here as well. So maybe they thought that like there was strength that lies within just being on their own and hiding for a bit, right? Like it took a lot of guts to do, I think, what they did. And they just didn't realize it was going to take as long as it did. People don't realize that like the pain that they go through and how long it takes to recover. And, you know, like this person might never really fully get over whatever this trauma was. This Six of Pentacles, this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Needles, and Magician in reverse, right? It might take them a while to figure that out, okay? But they're mending, you know, or you're mending. I like to say they because it's not me. So if it is you, take they as you, okay? Teamwork. I do feel like twist of events with "Are you here?" So, you know, you might be hearing from somebody shortly that has kind of learned what it's like to work for a team. There's teamwork. Somebody's shying away from teamwork because they think they have to do it all alone. Yeah, this person was poisoned, okay? They were poisoned by somebody. And maybe all this time, teamwork has shown them that you have to work really hard for it, okay? Yeah. Oh God. These are all matching too. Black and red, black and red. Black and red is really defensive colors, but look at this. This poison, completely toxic, okay, with this deadline card, okay, everything everywhere dies with this vampire. So, you know, I think this deadline has to do with the Scorpio death. Okay, they had to witness, could have something to do with finances. They I don't know, they couldn't get money, or they were poisoned by money, something like that. Somebody dies and is going to give you money. You might, okay. Now I'm getting a little farther. Okay. So you might have taken a split from a family member who was an emotional vampire. Oh my gosh. Look at, as I said that. Yes, absolutely. Okay. You had to haul ass and get the fuck away from this emotional vampire. Okay, which is why obviously the moon happened. Like, you got into your feelings and you were like, I need to get away from you. You are not good for me. Somebody was very, very toxic. Okay, and this whole cycle has a deadline. Okay, which is why everything everywhere dies. Somebody has taken a huge death. Okay, and you know, a witness to money, a witness to why money? Fighting for money. Fighting. Oh my God, look at, as I said, fighting for money, because it went over top of the 5 of Candles, which is the 5 of Wands, which is like, look at, she's strangling him. They're they're fighting, okay, for domination, basically. And I don't know, man. I think maybe somebody was stabbed in the back by somebody over money, right? Or they had a fear that this person was going to fight them and they weren't going to get anything. So this person stayed really quiet. Okay. They didn't say anything to anybody about anything about what they were dealing with. But there's somebody who knows something. So I feel like maybe this person got a lawyer or something. What is this witness? What's this eyewitness? Yeah, lovers. Look at that. Lovers in reverse. So there was definitely a split in energy. Look at this. 2 of Cups kind of in limbo here. We got the Magician that spun around, that stayed in limbo. Somebody didn't realize, okay, I think what was going to happen with something. Somebody turned their back on somebody, okay, which is a part of this 5 of Swords. Like, there is a lot of stagnant energy and somebody took something from somebody, okay? And now their wish is to get it back, okay? Which is only fair. So they definitely are helping somebody get something back for them, okay? And helping them. Okay, obviously this King of Pentacles here. Okay, so this King of Pentacles has something to do with it. Queen of Swords. And the King of Wands. Yeah, someone's going after truth, okay? So, like, I don't know if maybe something came out or you've had to deal with something. And now, or this person you're dealing with has been fighting for something. Okay, they've got like this third party ally now. Okay, so whatever this completely toxic deadline was, they did get out of it. Okay, or you will get out of it. You know, like something like that. Like, you don't think, yeah, you don't think that something is going to be able to end, right? Like, you're not going to be able to get it or go towards it, or this person's never going to come towards you or something like that. But, you know, I do think this is somebody that you're dealing with, Or, somebody that you're dealing with could have been an emotional vampire, and they really had to kill that out of themselves because maybe they didn't really realize how toxic they were, right? That things are a teamwork, and if somebody was doing more work in a relationship, and the other one was giving more blowjobs or something like that. Okay. Like it was like very just, it was toxic. It wasn't a good attachment. Okay. So that's why I think it went so bad. Like when things are very sexual tension based almost, the breakup of them is awful. Okay, it really is high energy tension, right? So yeah, somebody maybe had a lot to do to like get this off the ground because they were so angry, right? They couldn't just get over it for the sake of getting over it. They were pretty worked up about something. So now they had to move on. So like if there is some type of poisonous vampire around you, okay, from the past, then just know that this person is completely toxic and there is a deadline for them to transition, right? And there is abundance coming, because if this person decided that they weren't going to help you when they were supposed to, or they decided that there wasn't any strength in teamwork and that you had to do everything by yourself, so that's why you stood so harsh and so hot by yourself, because you were by yourself, right? Abundance is coming in, right? It's hard to open up the box, but once you do, you will realize that like life is going to change, right? Once you beat the devil, once you beat the thing that tells you that you can't do something or that you can't get somewhere, right? It's bullshit. It doesn't mean anything, right? You do have to fight for things that you want. And you do need to fight for your light to get out of the darkness, right? Because if the light just gets turned on for you, okay, then how are they ever going to learn to turn it on themselves? If you don't teach people how to do something, if you just do it for them all the time, it's kind of dumb, right? Then you're just going to be working your whole life. So clearly this person was misguided, okay, by this devil energy, by this Queen of Pentacles energy, very like, I don't know, it could be somebody's wife or like some type of stay at home energy almost. Coming off as the loving energy. Anyways, whew, I am exhausted. So, I'm going to shut this off. Look at that. I can officially say that like somebody is leaving something really dark behind and heading towards something a lot different. So awesome kind of Capricorn energy of transition, getting out of the grips of the devil, and which is kind of good because the devil is so weak in so many ways. He only gains strength by believing in him. He doesn't scare me. Okay. I hope he doesn't scare you either. For personal readings, whitneymoonshine at gmail.com. If not, just enjoy the channel. We do have memberships. I keep forgetting to make a darn video about that. $4.99 a month. Exclusive content, obviously. A lot more like kind of personalized readings almost, right? So we got that cooking, and that's in the oven, and it's baking, and it's awesome. So we're going to continue that. $4.99 a month, like I said, super cheap, $5. Even I can afford that. Yeah, thanks for all the comments and likes and subscribes. And I hope this reading finds you if it truly needs you. And, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, right? We always talk about that. Don't take anything that doesn't resonate because it just is confusing for the most part. And I hope you guys had a really good day and a Merry Christmas. And, peace out. Word to your mothers.